Hello, welcome to Elite Weather. My name is Mr. G, your meteorologist, here with you on this very rainy Saturday afternoon up here in the Twin Cities. We're looking at the beautiful city of St. Paul. Minneapolis is somewhere over there, but with that low cloud cover, you can't see it, even though it's just right there. So again, we're having this rainy day as we have a storm system that is moving through the Midwest right now. It's bringing rain showers and even snow to the north. That beautiful weather where we saw all of those 80s this week. We had 3 days in the 80s this week. Just to think we're going to have some snow tomorrow morning. So again, our storm is moving through the Midwest right now, and we're seeing severe weather that even has produced some tornadoes as well down to the south through the central and southern plains. So we're going to be dealing with that. And let's take a look at our national radar right now so that we can talk about exactly what we're seeing, and then we'll cover the rest of the forecast. If you guys can all do me a favor, leave your likes, comments, and feel free to subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell so that you can be notified when I post my next video. All right, here we are right now as we're looking at our national radar, and we're seeing our big storm moving across the nation's midsection through the Midwest and even down to the south. We're seeing those showers and thunderstorms right now. This is our old storm that was over Florida and the Gulf Coast, now in the Northeast, and we have some more weather over here in the Pacific Northwest. So let's zoom in on some of our trouble spots, so that we can take a closer look at what's going on across the country. All right, here we are. We're taking a look at the Midwest now. Missouri and Iowa and parts of Arkansas. We're seeing some showers and thunderstorms. Some severe weather is going to be possible today as well. And that primary threat is going to be some large hail with damaging winds and heavy rain that could lead to some torrential downpours and flash flooding, and a couple of tornadoes is possible as well. So we are seeing those severe thunderstorms moving through parts of the central and southern plains and over into the Ozarks, where we're seeing some of that severe weather today. We have another area of severe weather that we're concerned about along the Gulf Coast, Louisiana, and over into Mississippi. We're seeing some heavy showers and thunderstorms right now as well. That's going to be producing some gusty winds, very large hail, torrential downpours. You can see those lightning strikes there. So we're seeing a lot of lightning with these thunderstorms, and some tornadoes is also possible, especially right along the Gulf Coast, where we can see some water spouts move onshore and become land spouts or weak tornadoes, mostly EF0 and EF1 tornadoes down here along the immediate coast. Again, those heavy showers and thunderstorms down along the Gulf Coast and through the bayou, so we will be seeing those severe thunderstorms continue for the remainder of the afternoon before all of that moves off to the east. Here is the remnants of our Gulf Coast potential tropical storm that never really took hold, but we did see an area of low pressure develop in the Gulf of Mexico, off the coast of Texas and Louisiana. And we saw all of that heavy rain over Fort Lauderdale that was with an associated warm front associated with that area of low pressure, and that warm front led to a record amount of rain across the Fort Lauderdale area, where we saw up to 30 inches of rain over that region. But now that system is in the Northeast right now, bringing some rain showers and some thunderstorms as well. So we will see that heavy rain, not quite to that extent, but some substantial rainfall is certainly going to be taking place over the Northeast this afternoon and into the evening hours before all of that heads out to sea in advance of our advancing storm system from the west. Okay, here is our other area of disturbed weather across the upper Midwest through Minnesota and Wisconsin and southern Canada, where we're seeing some rain showers, very drizzly weather today, so it's very damp out there. We're seeing light rain across the Twin Cities through central and southern Minnesota. A little bit of snow right now is falling across the border in Canada, but we are seeing those temperatures in the upper 30s to mid 40s through the Twin Cities. We're seeing those showers and thunderstorms over there through parts of Wisconsin, and we're seeing some showers and developing storms over parts of South Dakota and Nebraska as well. And we're also looking at some wet weather over the Pacific Northwest near the Seattle area and Portland, seeing some showers today. So we'll continue to see that rainfall. Going to pick up about an inch of rain today. It's been very wet over the last week over the Pacific Northwest. But the good news is that eventually here soon you will start to see conditions improve as the west high pressure starts to build in across the west. We still might see a little bit of dampness across the Pacific Northwest over Washington, but the rest of the West Coast is going to improve dramatically, and those temperatures are going to rise as well. And now, as we continue with the rest of the weather forecast, let's talk about the temperatures that we're currently seeing across the country right now. And we're looking at it very warm across the eastern United States and into the northeast and along the mid-Atlantic and the southeast as well as into Florida. We're seeing those temperatures over Florida almost near 90 degrees, and we're seeing it very warm along the Gulf Coast and over Texas as well. Look at those upper 80s along the Gulf Coast and across the south. And we're seeing those 80s and 70s extend through the Central Plains and into the Midwest and into parts of the Great Lakes as they're waiting the arrival of our advancing storm system. And you can see where the front is right there, where you see those temperatures drop from the 70s down into the 40s and even into the 30s across the northern plains and the high plains over towards Montana and Wyoming. So there again is our big weather system, our weather maker for the day, the catalyst to those big changes in our weather pattern for this upcoming week. So there you are with our temperatures, and let's take a look at that severe weather that we're going to be seeing today across the Midwest and through parts of the South. And our threat level is going to be on the medium end of the scale, and we're going to be seeing a big damaging wind gust, and large hail is going to be a pretty good threat as well. But we have a small risk for tornadoes, and a few tornadoes is going to be possible today. And some of the cities that will be impacted by that severe weather is Shreveport, Louisiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee, and St. Louis, Missouri could see some of that severe weather this afternoon. Now, here is our threat as far as our areas is concerned. Our big threat is going to be there across the eastern, the central and southern plains. So down to Louisiana and East Texas, all the way up to southern Iowa, we could see that severe weather from those thunderstorms with an isolated tornado, some large hail, damaging winds that could exceed 65 miles an hour. So that is a look at where we're going to be seeing that severe weather today. Then tomorrow, the severe weather threat heads towards the Ohio Valley and through parts of the mid-Atlantic states and in the southeast. So Florida all the way up to parts of Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and upstate New York is where we can see that severe weather, and heavy rain could lead to some flash flooding. We will see small hail, damaging winds that could hit 60 miles an hour. The tornado threat will be fairly low with this event, so that's good news as far as that's concerned. And we're going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms from our departing southern storm that's going to be moving into the northeast and the New England area tomorrow with those showers and thunderstorms and some of that heavy rain. So some of those downpours can be quite heavy, even though they will be brief and it's very showery in nature. So you will see those showers and thunderstorms continue for the rest of today before this system makes its way out to sea. Later tonight, you will see some cold air come in off of from the north and the northwest as we have our advancing storm system from the upper Midwest that's going to sweep in behind this storm system. And here is a look at our Midwestern storm as it comes through from the plains, and it's going to be bringing those showers and thunderstorms again for your Sunday. You're going to see more showers and storms start to move across the mid-Atlantic through parts of the Great Lakes and into the Northeast as well. And we're going to be seeing that showery weather on the backside of our low, and some wintry precipitation began to move into the upper Midwest as well. All right, so once we get that storm system to pass through, those temperatures are going to be the next thing in the news as we watch those temperatures go from the 70s and 80s down to the 40s and 50s. So a lot of folks are going to see a dramatic drop in the temperatures in the Northeast and the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. You're going to see those temperatures drop about 30 degrees in some instances, and you will be some snowy weather moving in as well. How about that? When you thought you were done with winter, it's going to make another comeback for a brief period as we look at the end of the weekend and into the beginning of next week. And then we're going to be seeing that cold air moving in across the upper Midwest and the plains and the Great Lakes. We're going to even see temperatures drop down along the Gulf Coast and in the South as well. So it's still going to be pretty comfortable down south, but up here in the north, you're going to be kind of a shock to go back from the 80s down back to the 40s and 50s again. That's going to be kind of brutal, even though that's pretty much average for this time of the year. To be in the mid 50s is where we typically should be, and we have the potential for a snowstorm across the upper Midwest and in the Great Lakes. So southern Canada, Wisconsin, Minnesota could see the potential to pick up to 18 inches of snow through parts of the peninsula, the upper peninsula of Michigan. So Marquette, Sault Ste. Marie could pick up that heavier snowfall. Northern Wisconsin near Superior could pick up the heavier snowfall as much as 18 inches. The Twin Cities, I think we're going to be seeing about 2 to 4 inches here around the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. South, we're going to see lighter snowfall amounts, but we will see that 12 to 18, that 6 to 12 inch snow potential just to the north and west of the Twin Cities through St. Cloud up to Duluth is where we can see that potential for 6 to 12 inches of snow. So that is a look at your weather forecast. My name is Mr. G. Thanks for watching me today. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe.